Well, hello everyone. Scott Roberts here with Explore Scientific, and today with me is Jerry Hubble, of course, and Heath Creekmore, and Tyler Bowman, who has lost his camera. I don't know what happened. So,
oh, I'm here.
Oh, you're there. Okay, there you go. So anyhow, it's a special day for us. We've got our virtual star party happening tonight, which is going to be a lot of fun. Which means I need to drink a lot of coffee because it's going to last way past midnight.
Yeah. Quite a few people.
What's that?
Got quite a few people on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you got friends out there that want to join in and watch this, we're going to have David Levy, doing his lecture, probably giving us some nice poetry. We've got Anshul Puri, who might be watching right now. He is preparing and will actually give a talk tonight, which will be really cool. We have Jason Genzel. He's called the Vast Reaches on Instagram. He has tens of thousands of followers. He's going to be one of the imagers. Of course, Jerry Hubble will be there, David Ng. There's a pretty long list of people on this particular show. So we're going to do our best to get through all of it. And we're also going to do door prizes with progressively harder questions. Okay, we're going to start off with an easy question, and then it's going to get harder, and it's going to get harder. And the prizes are going to get better as we go to the hardest questions. So you'll answer those questions by email, and then we will announce winners on the following Star Party show. If you can't make the following Star Party show, you'll still win, but if you get the answer right? So, anyhow, to start,
it's the first person to get. It's the first email we get with the correct answer. That's the rule, right?
That's the rule.
Mm-hmm.
So. And we're letting Jerry come up with the questions. So I think that the easiest one is probably going to still require a PhD to get it right. But anyways, let's get started.
You've got to know a little bit about astronomy for the first question.
Yeah, he was kind of running through the questions with me. And I'm going, Jerry, it's got to be a little bit easier than that, So,
Well, you're very generous with the prize. It's a good prize. I mean, it's got to be worth some effort.
It's true. But, you have to give some low-lying fruit for an easy one.
Right. Right.
Anyhow, Tyler, you had a question today about something to do with the cable and ASCOM with the PMC-Eight. What was the issue?
I'm not sure if it was PMC-8 related.
Okay.
It is Exos 2 GT related.
Okay.
So from what I gather, the gentleman ordered a cable set and firmware update. He can run his mount through, so he can run the mount through the computer. He followed the included instructions as accurately and as best as he could, flashed the handset, installed the driver so he can control the mount through the computer, as I said before. ASCOM is able to connect to the driver most of the time, but the controls just still don't work.
I think I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
I think I can. Now that I understand, it is with the standard hand controller, the JOC hand controller. That driver is called an ASCOM driver because it uses some of the API of the ASCOM driver of the ASCOM platform, but it's not a fully fleshed out ASCOM driver. It only can do very few things. So it can basically slew to an object and tell you where it's pointed at, and that's about it. It doesn't have pulse guiding. It doesn't have a lot of the other advanced features that the ASCOM platform provides with the driver, standard mount driver. So my initial guess is that he's trying to do something that's outside the scope of that particular set of software. I hesitate to even call it an ASCOM driver because it does not meet the conformance test for ASCOM drivers. And you can't really call it an ASCOM driver if it doesn't meet the requirements of the platform.
I see. So, did we have any kind of an answer for the guy, or do we still need more information?
I think Tyler, if you remember what I said about the limitations of that software, yeah, and then just relate that to him. Maybe you can tell you what he's trying to do.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you, what is he exactly trying to do with it, so I can get a better understanding, so I can give him a better answer, of course. But I will reiterate what you said about the driver portion of ASCOM.
All right. Okay. We have, we already kind of talked about our virtual star party tonight, but that is going to be a lot of fun. How about all the reasons why you can get please wait? Isn't that one of the more common questions that you see there, Heath? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had one yesterday. Customer was having please wait on ExploreStars, and we were just trying to figure it out for him. And I think Jerry had some good tips for that.
Did you remember what I said there? I'll let you present them if you remember what they are.
So one was just having too much traffic, like Wi-Fi traffic, too many Wi-Fi signals going around. I wasn't quite sure what the answer was on that. If you want to hit that one.
Yeah, so the answer to that, we included a little device we call it a dongle to plug into the ST4 port, and it looks kind of like an antenna, but it's not an antenna. It's a little, just basically a little piece of cable that we tricked the ST4 port into. Not really trick it. I've got it coded in there to when it sees that dongle inserted into the ST4 port, it says, oh, you want to switch your Wi-Fi channel to go to another channel. So that's what it does. It goes to another channel because some channels are maybe more crowded than others in the local environment.
Yeah.
And so you use that dongle to switch channels. And we have a tool also that we use to monitor what channel we're actually on. And we've covered that in a previous video on one of our previous episodes also. I think we have in our instruction manual for the PMC-Eight and the iXOS PMC-Eight, we have some instructions on how to use that dongle.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah. And the second reason was the firewall. Your firewall that you might be using could block the UDP programming, basically. So you have to go in and try to see if it's working without your firewall working.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on how your firewall is configured, but sometimes you'll see a logging function on your firewall, and it'll tell you when people try to get into things, and it'll give you specifics about what it's trying to do, and sometimes you'll see that you'll see messages that it may block UDP process to the PMC-8 IP address. So when you basically what happens is when you connect your PC to your PMC-8, it's on its own little isolated network, and sometimes Windows doesn't like that, and it doesn't like the way you're, depending on how your firewall is set up, it'll block the UDP free transfer of information using the UDP protocol. So you'll just have to say allow this to happen, and then it'll come on and it'll start working. Yeah. So that's another reason it might stop. You might not be able to connect. Now, if you're using a tablet, did he say if it was a tablet or if it was his PC? I guess that's where
it was a Windows machine. Yeah.
Oh, it was a Windows machine. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen that specific failure on a tablet, because tablets do have security software on them, but it's not quite the same, I don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
At least I haven't seen that kind of problem with the UDP traffic on a tablet.
Yeah. Okay. So what else do we got, Jerry? What else do we got, Jerry?
What do we got for him behind door number 3?
Door number 3. That's right.
There's
what's been going on the forum?
Well, let me look at it real quick. Yeah, kind of quiet. There's been some talking about. Let me actually go there and look so I can remember correctly.
Wade Prunty wants to know what port is default for the connection.
Oh, so the default information that's on when ExploreStars it's the IP address is 192.168.47.1, and the port number is 53.762, I believe. It's a very well-defined port. We pick it, it's not a standard low number port. It's one we picked out that was supposed to be available. But so that's the port you would have to open up on your firewall if it's blocked by that, or allow that kind of transfer to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I did announce this, the virtual start party. I sent a message to our Groups IO forum on the main.
Oh, that's great.
People will see that. I sent the flyer that you sent out a little while ago. I put that up on there.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see how many people we can actually get on a start party. We've had we started off with 4, okay, before, including, and plus David Levy, who's joining us again tonight, and myself, being the host. Tonight we've got, I think it's 7 or 8 imagers that are going to be on. So it's the astronomer group is about 10 or 11 people that's going to be on. So we will have to, I want to give people time enough to talk about and show what they're doing. Okay. But you get through all those people, and it adds up to a lot of time just in one round robin of talking to all of them. I'd love to have like 50 people on at once,
Oh, yeah.
100, participating. So we'll have to figure out other ways, other strategy. If you guys out there in the audience can think of ways to do that, then that's great. Scott, did you post the flyer on regular Facebook? I saw it in a group, but you can't share it from there. Yeah, I did, Dusty. If you go just onto Explore Scientific USA page on Facebook, you'll see it there. It's also on Instagram. But yeah, it's there. If you have troubles, you can call me after the show and we'll figure it out.
Why don't you post that link, the Explore Alliance Live link on our website? Also, that's the place to go to.
This is where you're going to watch it. So ExploreScientific.com, just live. It's an easy link, That's right. Mm-hmm.
So on the forum, we have some discussion about axis balancing and cable management type of things on this one thread. And Mike Lemus posted some pictures of how he routes his cable. I can show those maybe.
Sure.
It's actually Shalendra Sharma.
Yeah, I was
posted
on
it.
with Shalendra just a little bit earlier on Skype, and it was nice to get to meet him face to face.
Oh, did you finally get
Yeah,
connected with him?
Yeah, and he was talking about that deck balancing issue.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. Did he work it out, or is he still working it out?
He thinks so. Tim Myers says Mike does some neat stuff with his 3D printer.
Yeah, let me show you. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Okay.
And
Good deal.
so this is the. Let me zoom up on it. As always.
Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Let me
1324.
move this out of the way. Put it over here. There we go.
I don't know if this is the first message. I guess 10:36. I'm looking at the date and time to see. That's the last one. Oh, was that? Well, anyway, they're discussing this problem about when what position the deck axis has to be when you try to balance it, and then if it swings a weird direction because you've got, I guess on the Exos 2 you've got the motor mounted on the side instead of in the front like the iXos 100 does, so you got a bias to that side already on the Exos 2 mount. So that's kind of what the discussion is about: is how do you offset that?
Well, like on a professional telescope, you would, they have counterweights, several spots on a lot of professional telescopes.
Right, because they manage the inertial load, and the frictional load is very low.
Right.
But they don't have a lot of horsepower to honk the thing around. So the inertial load's got to be very well managed, which is the balance. The balance is a big part of that. Also, causing. So this is Wade's.
Okay.
He'd like to make a
wow,
suggestion.
That's quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, do you see that?
Yeah, that's quite a bit of stuff. Now, what's that red thing on the bottom? Is that just an extender or something? Or?
I don't know. Let me see.
That is the ASI Air Pro.
On the bottom.
Yep. That is how you're able to, at the bottom of the counterweight shaft or
Yeah,
on the leg?
On the bottom of the
that's the leg. That's the ASI Pro right there on the leg, right?
Yes.
This thing on the bottom of the
That's probably just
shaft.
A counterweight extension.
Yeah, it looks
Look at that.
extended.
The counterweight extension looks like it's 2 feet long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks about double.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting.
Maybe you welded another rod on there. I don't know.
Here is there's Shalendra's.
Oh, yeah.
That's his stuff.
Yeah.
He's got his cables routed.
Yeah.
They're talking about cable routing.
Look at that. That looks nice.
That's good.
And here's another picture of it.
So I was trying to talk Shalendra into joining us for this star party, but he says he's not quite ready. So.
Oh, here's another picture.
Yeah.
And then, there's somebody's nice photograph.
Plus, he's in the UK, which makes it a little tough.
This is one of Shalendra's images.
Is it really? Really?
Like it, yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to.
He posted it.
I'm gonna have to get back to him.
Now, I wonder if that's with the current setup. Is that with the DSLR that he had?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
That's a very wide angle image.
Shalendra told me that he likes gathering data. He doesn't like image processing.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. It is a pain.
Yeah.
All right, this is Mike Lemus's setup.
I like image processing.
I don't have a grasp of it yet. I
Well,
don't.
that's one of the things that I don't like to do either. I mean, I do some of it, but you'll see when I post my pictures from last week, Scott, tonight,
Yeah.
I'll show you what I've done. I'll show you what little I did to get the photograph, and I just used Maxim DL. I didn't use Photoshop or anything.
Mm.
And I'll see what you think about it when I show it to you. But you see how Mike has routed his cables along the telescope, and then he comes out the front.
Oh yeah, with like a wrap.
He comes around to the counterweight shaft, which is that's a really good way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen pictures of the observatory cabling, but it's a mess.
Yeah, I was going to complain.
Maybe I'll show you a picture of that. And one of the problems we have, we don't do so much right now. We've got a fairly stable instrument package on it. We used to swap things around quite a bit. So we'd hate to, it's a pain in the butt if you wrap up the cable like this is shown here in this wire harness.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt if you have to get one cable out of there and then put another one back in there because you're swapping something out.
That's true.
Although to mitigate that, you do have specific, if you have a generic USB cables that you can use with your cameras, it wouldn't matter. That's a good thing because you can keep the cables the same and just switch the camera. Let's see what else is there. He posted a video. I wonder if I can play this thing. Let me see if this will play.
Yeah, there we go. No audio, but
yeah, no audio. See how he moves it and then it drops down. Yeah. But you want some bias on the back end anyway.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Provide some bias.
That looks pretty balanced, actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's almost perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
So that's good. Yeah.
When you can sit there and just spin it and it just stops and doesn't move. It's a good sight to see.
Yeah.
Because you're spending a couple hundreds of dollars just willy-nilly like, and it's like, please stop, please stop, please stop. And it stops. You're like, all right, I'm doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a dance one time and someone spun me and then I didn't move. So
I don't know what to say on that.
I don't either.
Embarrassing moment. Right, so Scott Roberts' life. So right. Yep. Of which there are many.
What else there is?
Many.
Are there how many people are online now?
1,000. No,
1,000.
It says there's 27 watching right now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's in after these things run that they get watched a lot. Some of them get a couple of thousand views, something like that.
So are we going to give a prize away?
We're doing it tonight.
So tonight's.
They got
if you want to get a prize, if you're watching, you got to watch tonight. If you're gonna.
So you can play the progressive door prize thing. So now the deal is about Explore Scientific and door prizes is that, look, this is not a sweepstakes, okay? So if you're participating in these door prizes, you are de facto member of the Explore Alliance. With members, we can do these things, so anyways. But you are getting a free membership into our Explore Alliance. We don't spam you guys, so you already know that.
I try not to.
Yeah, frankly, it would probably be a lot of effort for us to do that.
Once or twice on the forum.
So I send out a email every once in a while when I think it's important. Like this Star Party announcement is the first time we've announced one of these kinds of events. In fact, well, gosh, guys, it's only our second event in the virtual Star Party, so high time I mentioned it, huh? So anyhow,
I just wish the weather was better
I
here.
didn't know how the first one was going to work out. So now it looks like it's working out okay.
Well, we're definitely getting more people interested in sharing their equipment with us, which is good.
Yeah. Now I've noticed something strange. Our chat feed is stopped for some reason. So I still don't know what's going on. I had chat feed for a while. Now it's not with us anymore. So, but anyhow, or maybe it is still going on. I hear chats coming, but I don't see chats coming. Anyhow, well, maybe I can just look on. Oh, I can see them on YouTube. I sure can. There.
Can you?
Abigail Bolenbach says, "Hi Scott, love the Star Party idea." Thanks, Abigail. I hope that you are watching, and maybe you can join our next one. That would be really cool. Let's see if we have any questions that I missed. Wolfgang's commenting. He says, "Last Saturday I made all wrong what I can make wrong. Pole finder maybe at the wrong star. ES 2-star alignment works, but not so as before. Then cable of the guider was broken. Bummer. At least I found a galaxy." And then he said, "Well, I was not in focus and the galaxy was Deneb." I have astrophotography stories on film, when we were using film, like where you just forgot to take the lens cap off of the scope, just a litany of things, because you weren't seeing the stuff, instant results. You saw it after you got out of the darkroom, right?
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Astrobeard says William Optics extension from Sky Guider upgrades. That was. And James the astrophotographer said he pulled the trigger on an ASI Air Pro today. He's been undecided all year long and finally said okay.
Good
Sometimes
trigger pull.
it takes a long time before we figure out exactly what pieces we want for our system, That process can go on for a year or two sometimes. So we do understand you. So.
Yep.
I don't know what Tim Myers was saying, but this is funny. He says it looks like that was for holding his beer cans. Maybe he was thirsty.
Oh, the pictures we showed yesterday. I can show it again.
Oh yeah.
You want?
That does have to go into like our Hall of Fame, our IXOS 100 Hall of Fame.
Yeah, let me
Ron
see if
Delvo
I can
says,
bring it
"I
up.
have old scopes, 10-inch University Optics reflector and an 8-inch Cave Astrola." Oh, those are cool. That's great. That is great. So, anyways,
I'm going to share this picture
from YouTube and their stream, which is bringing in all the streams apparently, which is very nice.
So I just so you see this popped up on the screen.
Here we go. I just see a gray square.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, there we go.
I was blocking it.
There we go. I know. Look at that.
There's two things on here that are really interesting. Not just the beer can.
Oh yeah, and the azimuth controller. How about the washer? I like the washers over there.
Oh yeah, down here. The things on here. Looks like he's got things well. Look at his cables are labeled.
Yeah.
And
that's
cool. He's got a lot of stuff on this mount.
Yeah.
the little workhorse.
Richard Gray says Twitch is seconds ahead of YouTube. I wonder why that is.
Mm.
Jennifer
This guy-
Kelly says at least the guy has good taste. Heineken.
Oh yeah.
But it's the light version, I think.
Is it? Oh yeah. I just don't know my beers like I used to.
That's because of all the drinking you did.
It damaged my brain cells. Is that what happened?
That's right. That's right.
Great. Mm. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, do we have anything more to cover?
No, I think we should and make sure everybody that's on right now comes up, joins us later.
Okay. All right.
Tim Myers had a question.
Sure.
He said, "Is there a target of choice tonight?"
Yep. It's the Dumbbell
Oh, yeah.
Nebula. That's over 1,000 light years away, so it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think I showed an image of it in the last show or the show before, where Isaac Roberts had photographed it. It's one of the earliest really high quality astrophotographs. It shows the dumbbell. Very cool shot. And Isaac Roberts was, many years ahead of his time. He was an amazing amateur astrophotographer. He was, recognized. He was an award-winning guy as well, and recognized by the scientific community as someone that was very serious. So,
If I got a question for everybody, I don't know if you want to give a prize or not, but
I'll give a prize.
Okay, so the question is, what type of object is the Dumbbell Nebula categorized as? What type of what type of nebula is it categorized as?
First one to answer it correctly.
Wish we could answer.
It's Richard Grace. He says planetary nebula.
Yep. That's right.
All right, Richard. Well, you are. He also answered. I needed to point this out. Okay, yesterday, and Mike Wiesner wanted to know who won yesterday. It was Mike Wiesner. Okay, but at the same time, Richard Grace also answered. Correctly. Okay, so he sent me a screen print of the comments coming up on the screen, and so anyhow, Richard, you can still send your information to Kent, and
Why don't you give him one of these things?
we're out.
Oh, we are we?
We don't have any more. We can give him yours,
Really?
I guess, but
Yeah, I
you've
can
been wearing
I've already worn. I've worn it once, so you can watch it.
It's got the knowledge of Jerry Hubble.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man,
Knowledge of Jerry Hubble comes handy.
So anyhow,
that thing makes you look like a bandit.
right. So I was trying to think about what we would give away.
How about one of these?
All right, flashlight, done.
That's not red on my display. I wonder
Yeah,
why.
nothing's red on your display because you're lost in black and white.
I'm back in the past.
You're
a
back
blast
in the
from past.
'60s. That's right, with grainy television.
hmm
Tim Meyer says, "I would never wash it if Jerry wore it." Yvette Will says she'll take that one. They love you. You are loved by thousands,
That's good.
by dozens and dozens
By
of
tens. By tens. I'm loved by ones.
numerous people out there.
A few, several.
Several people, yes. No, zillions of people love Jerry. They do. And he has spent
That's
so
it.
much time with us sharing all of his considerable knowledge. and that's been great. So we love it.
It always floors me when we go to the NEAF and people walk up to me and start talking to me like
Yeah,
their
yeah,
best
like
friend.
they, yeah, like your old friends.
Yeah, it just floors me. It's pretty gratifying, to think about it. And people tell you how much what you've done, like my books. People come up and tell me that they've enjoyed my books and it's helped them. So that's really gratifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of effort though to do something like that. You worked on it for how long did it take you to do the first book?
Well, I was pretty speedy on the first one. That was 6 months, and then the second one took 2 years.
Wow.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shalendra joined us here, just right here at the end. Says hello. Hey, we already talked about you, Shalendra, and we showed your setup and everything. So,
And your picture of Andromeda.
and your picture of Andromeda. That's right. So, anyhow, it was great to have you guys with us today. We hope to see you later on tonight. Get some rest, take a nap, make some extra strong coffee, whatever you got to do. Be there or be square, and we're excited to do this tonight. So, if there's nothing else, I think everybody's saying clear skies, good night. My scope is rare because University Optics didn't make scopes. Lots of accessories though. I was in Twitch. Do you get text from there? Yes, Edwin, we got there too. What's interesting, if you watch this on YouTube, all of the chat feeds are going into YouTube, which is interesting. So, anyhow, you guys, I hope it's clear wherever you are, and if it's not, tune in. You can go to explorescientific.com/live. You can watch it on these same channels you're watching right now because it's simulcast. And I think that's it. And we'll see you in a few hours, okay? And take care.